Let's talk about how to start a worm farming business. Now, these are some basic things just to think about before you even think about starting. The first thing you're going to have to do and be when it comes to selling worms is to think about you. And on that note, you need to look in the mirror and say to yourself, I am an honest person. I have integrity and I will not rip people off. If you are not a person that is honest and has integrity, you are going to fail because word of mouth is going to destroy your business. So be honest when it comes to your worm farming business. You're going to have to think about worms. You're going to have to invest in yourself. Think about worms such as the species of worms, everything about worms, the pros and cons of each worms, because you're going to have to know those things because customers are going to ask you questions and you can recommend and encourage them to buy this species of worm because you know what you're talking about. You're going to have to go talk to an accountant because when it comes to business, first it's a hobby and then after so much money, it becomes a job. So talk to a certified accountant because the IRS is going to come after you if you don't pay taxes. So you're going to have to look into that because just because you make that $100 that first sale, the IRS is going to get their cut and then the rest is yours. And on that note too, you're going to have to invest your money back into your business. So the IRS gets their cut, you have your cut, but you have to invest that back into your business to keep it thriving. So another thing you're going to have to think about is a separate bank account, a business bank account, because you want your business money only in that account and your personal finances in that other bank account. So you got to have separate accounts. You're going to have yourself a business plan. You got to write down why, when, how, what, and things why about your business, because if you have no plan, you're going to fail. So that's another thing you're going to have to think about when it comes to worm farming business. Now, when it comes to worms, you're going to have to buy in bulk, because if you buy only 1 pound of worms and your friend or your customer wants 5 pounds of worms, it's not going to work out because you're short 4 pounds of worms. So I would say just a huge starting point is to start with at least 10 pounds of worms, because in 3 months you will have more worms. And another thing you have to think about is you're going to have to partner with another vendor just in case you become short on worms so you can have more worms to support your business. So you're going to invest into their business. Customers are going to invest into your business, so it's like a circle of life. Another thing I would say to do is to just try it. If you don't try anything, you never know the outcome of the situation. So here's a book that I would recommend. I am not sponsored, but it's a basic book just to start you out. It's about 94 pages. Excuse me. It's easy to read. But that's just a few things. Here's another video I did about 10 things to know about worm farming business. I'll see you in the next one.